we should have a quick discussion on the idea of dense harmony, especially when we're looking at sort of modern harmonization. One of the big movements of jazz big band writing that has its earliest traces in the works of Gil Evans is the idea that harmonization doesn't always have to be sort of simple or use spread out voicings, that it is possible to have voicings that use 6 to 7, even 8 or 9 potential notes in the harmonization. The best sort of lens to view this is that the fewer notes you have, the more mobile your harmonization will be, the more fluid it might sound. Whereas the more notes you have, the more stagnant, the less mobile, the less it will want to sort of naturally move. This is an important consideration because each sort of approach has its own sort of feeling that is associated with it. Furthermore, I think I found that if you have a song that already has a fair amount of harmonic rhythm, that using more mobile voicings is just more conducive. But if you have a song that has very few chord changes or is more modal in nature, that maybe having a more stagnant approach is okay, because that way we sort of create our own harmonic rhythm, and that makes things interesting. When we think like our most mobile of voices, we're usually thinking 1 to 3 tones. Usually in our harmonization, we're somewhere in the middle with 4 to 5 tones, and then if we're going more dense, we're going to 6, 7, or maybe even above in terms of total number of voices. If we're thinking of what voices we have, when we have a mobile type of voicing, we for sure have the melody, of course, and then maybe one additional chord tone, and then maybe one color tone. That's a pretty safe way for creating a harmonization using 3 notes. As we add notes, we definitely could add another chord tone and could add another color tone. We like adding the thirds and sevenths, and then potentially some other color tone, the 9th to the 5th, depending on what was used before. And then finally, when we get to sort of our more dense or stagnant voicings, we're probably adding in every other possible remaining color tone, and in effect create sort of a wash of color. As you're looking at sort of harmonizing these exact chords, if we were to look at a E flat major 7 chord, maybe our voicing has, of course, the root, the 9th, the 3rd, the 6th, the 7th. There's all sorts of sort of clusters that happen in there. And again, you sort of have to be sort of very specific when you're harmonizing these. Certain harmonizations will work better with the trombones. Certain harmonizations will work better with trumpets or saxophones. Unfortunately, my video sort of cut short there, but what I was trying to allude to before it ended is that you can use altered tones like the sharp 11 or other scale degrees, but it is definitely sort of handled with care. If we go back and look at the works of Jim McNeely and Maria Schneider, you'll see a lot of dense harmonizations that are very effective. A lot of times they have very simple or no harmonic motion underneath them.